Hi, guys, and welcome back. So, today I want to speak about why you should not give your best. Specifically, why you should not give best on physical fitness. I mean, physically, why you should not give best. You might have heard of everyone speaking, you should give your best at any cost, right? Wrong. So, the thing that people talk about giving your best is when you are consistent. If you are not consistent, probably you should be warming up to give your best. Then when you have enough, then when you warmed up enough, you can start giving your best. So I want to give an example of what happened to me yesterday. So I went on a run in the morning. I clocked 5.67 kilometer, as I said, as I speak about this in the last video. So after completing that run of 5.6 kilometer, I headed back to meeting my friend who was behind me. So basically, he was walking, right? So I went back to meet him and I started sprinting again. I started sprinting again. I ran few hundred meters and I suddenly noticed that I have this I got this pain in my foot. I don't know what they call. I was researching this on YouTube, and said that this was kind of some syndrome where there will be a bone inside of our foot that goes up and down and it jams the bones. Some XYZ bullshit. But yeah, it happened to me, and I'm recovering. I did not went to run today just because of I got hurt, and literally it feels hard to walk right now. I mean, I have recovered a little bit and probably I can go to a run tomorrow morning. So yeah, what I'm trying to say with this is I wasn't enough warmed up to run 5.6 kilometers in one stretch. I wasn't ready, but although I wasn't ready, I gave my best although I wasn't ready. But that caused me to having this pain in my foot, and now I'm suffering the and now I'm having that pain and not able to go to a run. Probably, I don't know, maybe I could go to a run tomorrow or I may not. So what I wanted to inform or to say you guys is that if you haven't warmed up enough in any realm, don't give your best. Try to do what's the limit. I mean, try to reach your limit. That's enough. So I speak about giving your best, but I have learned this over the period of time. I mean, actually yesterday. So if you're if you want to go for a run, and if you want to run a 10 kilometers or 5 kilometers within 1 or 2 days, and you have no experience in the past, or if you haven't warmed up enough, probably you end up in a position where I am. Even with the business, even with the work, if you try to push yourself too much, you might have the side effects of pushing too much hard or going too much hard. I would say that I don't know much about business, but specifically in physical fitness, this happens to me. This happens to everyone. If you go to gym and if you haven't warmed up enough, if you have no experience in the past to going to the gym, you are new to the gym, then you try to hit a PR on the day one or the day two of I would say squat or deadlift, right? Probably you have a chance to injure your lower back. You might see other guys lifting more. You might see these guys who lift heavy on social media, and you go and lift try to lift heavy, even though you are way out of the league to lift that weight, and you still try to lift it and lift it in a wrong way and end up injuring your lower back. This is what happens to every beginner who starts going to the gym. I would say not everyone, at least 80 to 90% of the people who starts to going to the gym, I mean men actually, because women just try to reach to their limit, or bro, I don't want to talk about women. they just want to they just want to do easy bullshit, right? So I don't want to talk about women. We being men, we try to give our best on day one. We think that we are Alexander the Great, but we are not, right? We have to get enough reps to give the best, or we have to get enough reps to push our limits. I mean, twice as twice what we have. What the fuck am I saying? We should have enough experience to push ourselves to 2x, to reach above our limits, or to go more than our limits, right? So if you are someone who is just starting out with anything, it might be business, it might be entrepreneurship, it might be physical fitness, it might be getting a six pack. If you haven't warmed up enough, and if you want to push your limit always, it doesn't work on how you think and why. No, it doesn't happen how you think, it doesn't go how you think. You might give your best, you might have the energy to give your best. Although you have the energy to give your best, you still just try to reach your limit. And if it's okay, and if you feel more energetic, and if you feel that you can really lift that weight, only then you should lift that weight or go for another mile. If you are some intermediate, that's completely fine. You can always push your limits and recover it within like one night of sleep. With one night of sleep, you can recover. As I was a beginner to going for a run, I did ended up injuring myself. I mean, not exactly. It is a major injury. I know it will be recovered in 2 to 3 days, and I can go run again. So this is very important. If you think that you are Alexander the Great at the beginning, you are not. You are simply not Alexander the Great. You are not even anyone, right? You are just trying to build your character. You are just trying to learn new stuff. You're just trying to adapt something that you are trying to do, right? When we are trying to adapt, we just need to try to adapt it. Even if we can give our best, what if we give our best and end up in a bad situation? That's exactly why we should probably just try to reach our limits and just do is what we have planned. That's it. That's exactly why. And after being in any game for few months, 1 month, or maybe even for 2 to 3 weeks, you can probably push yourself by more. Like, you can probably push your limits by 2x, 3x. It doesn't matter. You can get recovered easily. So that's exactly why you should not give your best on your day ones or day twos or day, probably on your day, what do you call it, first week. So, and another thing that which you can relate to this is, you might have noticed guys in the gym deadlifting heavy, and they try to come to the gym every day. They try to hit a PR every day, right? They try to add 5 to 10 kgs every day, but in reality they cannot lift. They get demotivated that they did not lift 5 kg, although they had hit a new PR yesterday. They are trying to hit another PR today, and they are failing like losers. I mean, To be honest, you should practice. You should just deload the weights, remove few weights, and you should practice for a week or two or three or four, and then try to hit a PR. That's when you hit a new PR, not the day after you hit a PR and you try to hit the try to create a new PR, and it doesn't happen like this. So you need enough practice. You can really try to push yourself by 1%, 2%, 3% more. If you try to push your limits more than anything, 30 to 50 to 40%, bro, you're going to end up in a bad place, and probably you might not show up the next day. Like me, I really wanted to show up today. I did wake up at morning 6 a.m. I literally felt going back to sleep, and I wanted to go to a run, but I wasn't able to. Although I wanted to give, but the situation didn't allow me to go on a run. I could have I could have just fucking stopped at 5.6 kilometers and I just could have walked back. Instead, I chose to run and ended up injuring my foot. So, if you have learned something from this video, if you thought you got some real value from this video, drop a like, drop a comment. If you want to subscribe to this channel to get more videos like this on self improvement, on why you should give your best, why you should not give your best, XYZ bullshit. I mean, this is not actually bullshit. This is some real value. I'm puking some free sauce to you so that you won't end up like doing mistakes like me. So, if you are new to this channel, subscribe, like, share, comment, do whatever you want. And thank you. See you. Tada. Bye bye.